What's up, Scorpio? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Okay, guys, so this is going to be your mid-month reading. I am a few days late, so we're going to backtrack just a bit. We're going to do this as if it's for March 15th, okay? So it'll be from about March 15th to about April 15th. So let's see what's going on. Let's not waste any more time. But I hope you guys have been well, and I hope you've been enjoying your March. Now, this is going to be for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, okay? So whatever comes out, just a general spread, guys. So let's see what is going on for the sign of Scorpio. From about March 15th to April 15th. What is happening with the sign of Scorpio? Alright. Alright, Scorpio, let's see what's going on. Okay, so the energy that we have here is the Page of Cups in the reverse. So starting off with the Page of Cups in the reverse, especially since this is your energy, I see a situation here where you guys don't necessarily want to talk to a person anymore. You could be dropping them. Or there could be a sense of maybe you guys are giving someone false hope. Maybe you're making promises that you may not be able to keep to that person, whether it's a boss, whether it's, an intimate partner, or, just a friend. But there is a new start here that happens where for those of you, if you're single, I see you coming out of that. For others of you, it could be a reconciliation that you're having with somebody. Okay. But I see conflict here because maybe some of you are reconciling with someone from the past. So maybe there's things that they don't know about you, or maybe things that you don't know about this person. But let's actually get into the spread and try to make sense of all of this, okay? So the first card that you guys have for the past is the King of Swords. So there could have been a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini in your life that was very important to you. Or this could be a sense of you guys really just taking charge in a situation. Not letting any distractions get to you, knowing what the end goal is, knowing what you need to focus on, and knowing how to execute, what you have to do in order to get that. Why is this King of Swords here in the past for Scorpio? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's a sense of someone really being, I don't want to say stubborn, but really being sure of what they want. And maybe what it is that you wanted, you felt like you had to kind of take a step back. You were kind of in a place of stagnation. You didn't want to move forward just yet. All right. Or this could have been you guys cutting out things that weren't working for you, because the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, they really don't let any sort of distractions in their life, things that they know aren't going to work for them. So it could be you guys cutting something out and not wanting to move forward in that area anymore. All right. And we have the Sun card. So this could be happening because of news that you found out about a person or a situation, or maybe there's something better that came into your life where you no longer wanted to, put any time or effort into this. All right, and we have the Hierophant. So with the Hierophant, despite whether this was something good or bad, you know that you're taking the right path by letting something go. You're seeing something here with the next card here, Seven Pentacles in the reverse. You're seeing it as a waste of time and effort. Why is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse here? Knight of Wands in the reverse. So maybe you guys are dealing with somebody who, if this was in terms of love, they're being promiscuous, not being honest, being kind of all over the place, very charming, but not necessarily reliable. In work, it's kind of the same thing, obviously, without the cheating part. So someone who can be a great talker, someone who, you're convinced that they could sell salt to a slug, but they don't really follow through with, what they're doing. They could really be good at doing it, but they don't necessarily care for it. And we have the Star card in the reverse, so you completely lose faith in the situation, okay? And we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse here, so you guys just stop putting time and effort into things, all right? Even though it was something that you may have been stuck on for a while with the, let's see if you guys can see this, with the Eight of Swords here, okay? So for some of you, maybe you're leaving this behind because you find a better job opportunity, maybe you find a better friend, a better lover, so you move on to that. Or for others of you, maybe this was someone that you felt very closely connected to. Why is this Two of Cups here? Eight of Cups in the reverse. So you guys could be having a blast from the past. Someone from your past that comes back in, or maybe you guys reach out to them. Okay, World card in the reverse. So you guys have unfinished business with someone here. Alright, where someone is coming back into your life or you're going back into theirs. But again, there's definitely conflict here. You're not seeing eye to eye with this person for whatever reason. Alright, now in the present moment, we have the King of Wands. So it could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius that you're dealing with. Or just a sense of someone who's very strong and passionate and well-spoken and a natural leader. Why is this King of Wands here? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So some of you that are dealing with fire signs, especially if it was the same fire sign here who may have been playing games in the past, maybe you're letting that person go. Maybe you don't want to move forward, although you may still look at them, you know, in a really, maybe you put them on a pedestal still, okay. Alright, and you have the Four of Swords. So you let something go and you're really in your head and you're just thinking about how you want to move forward before you take that next step. Because I feel like there's a new start that you guys want here, but there's also something that you need to let go of. So I feel like you're kind of stuck in between two things here. Why is this Ace of Wands? Ooh. We have the Five of Cups. So you let something go. I don't think you're necessarily happy of what you need to let go of in the present moment. Alright, yeah, Page of Cups in the reverse, but I feel like you guys are the ones that decide to cut this off, and you decide to just take the L on this when you guys decide to just take this loss. Alright, King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a situation, regardless of it being work or it being love, I feel like there's someone who's more invested in a person or a job as that job or person may be in them. So maybe you're realizing, like, look, I wanted this, but you're just not about it. Or vice versa. Maybe someone really wanted something with you, or they wanted to be good friends with you, but you just weren't about it, okay? And we have the Five of Wands. So this could have been part of the reason why you're walking away from this. Too much competition, too much rumors, too much pettiness, just too much tension here. Okay. Why is this Five of Wands here? We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So you become extremely guarded towards any situation that's bringing you any sense of tension. Alright, and you have the Three of Cups. So if this is with love, then it could be a third-party situation that you guys are dealing with. For others of you, maybe this is just a sense of relief and celebrating the fact that you're finally able to let this thing go. But just something here is not working. If this is with work, you're not seeing, you know, eye to eye with other co-workers, or maybe your boss, or maybe you don't feel appreciated. If this is any sort of relationship, maybe you don't feel appreciated, or you just know that you don't see eye to eye with this person. Okay? But moving forward into the future, you have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So you're in a place where any sense of anxiety or worry that you have, it completely subsides at this point. And you have the Ten of Wands in the reverse, where you're releasing a burden here. And you're not worried about the past anymore. You already know what to expect from it, so you just move on from it. And with the Justice card in the reverse, you knew that there would be injustices here. You knew that there would be things that weren't fair here. But the fact that you're not worried about it, I feel like this is something that you've kind of been dealing with for a while, or something that you just expect from this person. So you're not even surprised at this point, you know. You've tangled with this person before for sure. Alright, because you guys are still strong after this. You know, showing up as the King of Cups. You guys are in your highest element here, but you're just not worried about the person who could be causing problems. It's like you already expect it. Alright, and this further, you know, confirms for me that you guys were expecting this, because with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, everything is out. There's no cups holding any sort of, you know, secrets or lies. Upside down, everything is falling out. Everything is on the table. You see it clearly for what it is, and you guys aren't surprised by it. Okay, with the Death card in the reverse, you see it for what it is, but despite knowing the truth in the situation, I feel like you guys are still emotionally invested, okay? But you know that you have to avoid any sort of further catastrophe with this person, all right? So you're avoiding it. You know, maybe you still think of them fondly for whatever reason, but you just don't want to deal with it, okay? So Page of Wands in the reverse, you let this thing go, or maybe someone stops talking to you, all right? But you're okay. with the Knight of Cups, you guys are okay. I feel like you bounce back quickly from it. And I see actually a lot of great things that come in your life once you guys let it go. You have the Hierophant and you have the 10 of Pentacles here. So money gets better. You become happier. You feel more abundant in life. And, you know, with this Hierophant here, I love that card popping out because for me personally, and my deck knows this anytime I read, the Hierophant is my confirmation card. So whether there's something bad or good that is happening in whatever spread that I'm doing, if the Hierophant pops out upright, I'm like, look, this had to happen. You know, whether this really sucks or whether this is really good, you know, this is the path that you're supposed to be on, so you're going to be okay. You're going into something that's going to be greater and bigger than you. So it's a really, really good thing to see the Hierophant here. All right, you guys turn your back on the bullshit and you expand. All right, you don't want to deal with it. You know what to expect from this person. You know what to expect from this boss or this friend or this family member. Okay, whoever it is. And you're not going to let yourself get caught up in that. All right, you become the Hanged Man, where some of you maybe feel like you're in limbo, but others of you, you're just at a point where you're not going to force things anymore. Okay, if people are going to act up, you're just going to let them slide right out of your life. You know, if they're going to be good for you, you'll entertain it, but once things start getting heavy or crazy, you're just not going to overexert yourself. Okay. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse popped out. Okay. So you turn your back. You guys, again, don't want to overexert yourself. You know that something is bad judgment here. Okay, we have the Karma card in the reverse, which is a Judgment card in the reverse in this deck. So you just turn your back on it. You guys, you know, I feel like you already know exactly what you're dealing with. You know, this is, if you're dealing with a magician, you already know their tricks. Okay, so you don't let yourself fall back into that trap. All right. Scorpio, let's see what your Earth Magic Oracle card is, okay? And this is by Stephen D. Farmer, if anyone's interested in this deck. What card of advice does the sign of Scorpio need to hear? What card of advice does the sign of Scorpio need to hear? Let's see what pops out for my Scorpions. Ooh. Nice. Okay. Alright, so let's start with what was at the bottom of the deck after I finished shuffling. So this is going to be the energy and the mood of this month. And we have the card Island, Solitude. So I know I've spoken to you guys about this in the past, but I think that it's so crucial and important that we get to a place in our life where we become comfortable with silence, okay? If you're in a place in your life where you absolutely need that good night text, or you need that, you know, good morning handsome or good morning beautiful text message, or you just, it's like you're relying on, you know, how another person sees you to dictate what your value is, you know, within yourself, then that's how we know we're a little off. So you guys are in a place right now where although there may be a person or a situation that you still are invested in, that you still want, you know that it's not good for you. Okay, so I feel like lately you guys have been, you know, have been becoming much, much stronger in your solitude, where it's like, you know what, I wanted this, but I'm not going to die. Like, I'm okay if I don't have it. I know that everything in life happens for a reason, and I'm not going to, you know, overextend myself, give you an arm, a leg, you know, my head, if you're only giving me a finger, you know. So it's that sort of situation where you guys are really, really ready for something that's going to be real, for something that's actually going to fulfill you in life. And it's beautiful because now that you've become, you know, comfortable with your silence, comfortable with your solitude, that's such a powerful thing. Because once you become comfortable with your silence, if you're talking to someone, whether it's a friend, a lover, family member, and for whatever reason they dip or they go ghost on you and you just don't hear from this person again, there could be a sense of, oh, you know, I wanted to talk to them, but you're not beating yourself up. You know, once you're comfortable with what you may think is the worst situation, or for some people that's simply just being alone, if you're comfortable with being alone, then nobody could ever have that power over you. Nobody could ever make you feel bad. So I feel like right now you guys are definitely in a place where now you have that power. Or if a person goes, it's not the end of your life, and you know that. All right, so Even under that, we have the vigilance card. So you guys were very, very aware of your surroundings. You're aware of a trap that you could have gotten yourself into had you kept talking to that person or had you stayed at that job. And the fact that now you're comfortable within your own silence and now you feel like you have more of that quiet inner strength, you emerge. Okay, and this is beautiful because this is something that I feel has been boiling up for Scorpios for a while, and for the past few months it's been a slow journey, up to the top of that peak. With emergence, this talks about dragonflies, the fact that when they're in a larva state, they can literally stay in the water, whether it be a few days, a few weeks, even a few years. All right, so they can remain in that state for years, but then one day, they finally emerge, they come to the surface, and they become this beautiful dragonfly. So you guys are in a place where I'm not sure how long you've been underwater. For some of you, maybe it's been, a few weeks. For some of you, it's been a few months. For some of you, maybe it's been a few years. But you're at the point where you're ready. You're ready to emerge. You're ready to come out, to have those beautiful wings that, look great in terms of, and let me just refocus, I'm sorry about that, guys. You guys could have new things where you feel good, where you feel beautiful. And now what do you get to do? You get to celebrate this. You get to really, really enjoy this. You have been in a place where I feel like you were pushed down so deep. But what happens when you push a seed into the dirt? It's going to come out, it's going to emerge, and it's going to grow. So you guys are taking bad circumstances, you're learning from them, and you're actually moving forward, which is great. And I'm just happy to see this because I just remember a few months ago, and it was totally out of love that I was like, Scorpio, wake up. What are you guys doing? And there was a sense of seeing you guys go back and forth with a really shitty situation. So now you're completely out of that. And even if that person or that situation tries to tiptoe back into your life, you're ready. You have the mousetrap in the corner. They're not going to get past you this time. So that's good. You guys have that strong, silent power. All right? Some people yell. Some people do vindictive things. Some people, flip out. And that's where they think that their power is. There's nothing more powerful than a person who gets what they want and they don't have to say a goddamn thing. All right? And that's where you guys are. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to overexert yourself or give yourself to someone who's not going to be there to reciprocate that. You guys are going to keep it moving. If it's not for you, if they're not showing you what you need in that situation, you're just going to bounce. And that's amazing because that's exactly what you're doing. And because you were doing that and because you stood your ground, now you get to emerge and now you guys get to deal with things that are going to be so much better for you. Because you were able to stay in your solitude. You were able to not let your loneliness get the best of you. So that's a beautiful thing, and I feel like you guys should really, really feel proud of yourselves because of that. So Scorpio, good shit. Okay, I love this. So the next time I'll be back for your readings is going to be for the April readings. But until then, I want to make sure that you guys are making good decisions and that you're always putting yourself first. Especially with situations from your past that have proven to you time and time again that is not necessarily going to work out for you. Okay? So this is good, guys. So just stay on the path you're on. I see you being really good. Now, for those of you that do want personal readings, you can either call or text me on the app InstantGo. It's right at the top of my description below this video. For anybody else that wants a recorded reading, which most people prefer, you can scroll down in my description, all the types of readings that I do and how to get in touch with me. Everything is there, okay? So anything that you guys need, I'm here for you. For those that don't want to call or text through InstantGo, because those are only for, that app is only for iPhone. So if you guys do not have iPhone, but you do want to do a phone call or a Skype call with me, then it would have to be at least an hour reading or more, okay? So other than that, guys, I love you. I hope you're well, and I hope that you stay strong and good shit for not turning back to things that you know aren't good for you. Take care, Scorpio. I love you guys.